2022 Assembly election results are around the corner, and as expected, most of the attention is on the state of Uttar Pradesh. But while UP is most likely to give a clear result of CM Yogi Adityanath getting a second term in power, it is the state of Punjab which could throw up an interesting verdict. In fact, some early signals are coming straight from Rajasthan. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI media group. I'm your host Tanya, and in this video I'll talk about how a desperate move by Congress in Rajasthan clearly points out what the Punjab election results will be. Let's begin. In 2021, Outlook reported for the past 2 years, Rajasthan, which is a popular tourist destination, has often been in the news for a new form of hospitality, often termed as political tourism and resort politics. And now, as per a recent report, the buzz in Rajasthan's political corridors is that if the Congress happens to be in a position to form government in one or more states when results for elections in 5 states are declared on March 10, then its MLAs could find themselves staying in Jaipur's 5-star hotels and luxurious resorts. Bringing the MLAs to Rajasthan will be an apparent attempt to avoid poaching by competitors, and the India Today report specifically mentions 2 states, Goa and Punjab. So how might the Punjab election pan out? Let's see. This is the first conclusion. In case a political party is heading towards a landslide victory, it doesn't need to resort to resort politics. You win the elections, your leader meets the governor, and you form the government. And if you're losing by a fair margin, then also you don't need resort politics because no one will want to poach your MLAs. Poaching of prospective lawmakers and resort politics come into the picture only when a state is heading towards a hung assembly and you know that you are going to give a good fight but fall short of the majority mark. Now this is the second big takeaway. Opinion polls suggest that AAP is going to come to power in Punjab with a comfortable majority. At least most opinion polls believe that AAP will emerge as single largest party and leave the ruling INC behind. If the INC feels that it might have to keep its MLAs safe from poaching, it certainly means that the party does have a fair idea about giving a tough fight in Punjab. And contrary to opinion polls, AAP may not emerge as a clear winner. The result could thus be something like this. INC and AAP grab most of the seats in the 117-member Punjab Assembly. But neither of them gets enough seats to form the government on their own and end up with 40-50 seats each. Shiromani Akali Dal too gets a good number of seats and at least manages to retain its tally of 18 seats in the 2022 Assembly polls. And the biggest question in case of a fractured verdict will be, who will form the government? If no party reaches the majority mark, coalition politics will definitely come into the picture. Let's go through all probabilities. First, AAP will need allies so it can tie up with SAD or BJP. An AAP-BJP alliance is definitely not a possibility, so an AAP-SAD government could come to power. Second, a Congress-AAP coalition is unlikely because when 2 parties have big numbers, then deciding the CM phase does become an issue. Again, Congress and BJP cannot tie up. SAD Congress coalition too is unlikely because of their differences, but at the end of the day, it is politics and anything can happen. Third, finally, there is another possibility of BSP winning 4 to 5 seats out of 20 seats that it is contesting in Punjab in alliance with SAD. In such a scenario, both SAD and BSP could join the Punjab Lok Congress BJP alliance. With the farmers issue also getting resolved, SAD and BJP may be ready to get together. So, in the fight between 2 big parties, AAP and INC, the NDA might emerge as a dark horse and expand with the support from other parties to form a government. In any case, Punjab is most likely headed for a split verdict, and we might be looking at different post-poll combinations when it comes to forming government in the North Indian state.